Hi, welcome to my first ever YouTube upload. It's not fancy, it's not extravagant. I'm not wanting extravagant or fancy. Plain and simple. Why? Because I'm discussing something close to my heart, something important, something it's changed me. It's changed my life. It's changed exactly what's happening to me and my path, my course, everything. Uh, right now you're thinking, what on earth could be this strange thing that's happened that's changed your entire course of existence? Well, it's actually something that happened when I was a small child. I was around about 4 or 5 years old, and yes, right now in a short moment, you're probably going to be thinking, he's a fucking kook, he's a knobhead. He's just jumping on the bandwagon. Think what you want. I don't give a crap. Because quite simply, this is me. This is who I am. This is what I am. So I don't give a crap. Essentially, my story is, as a small child, around about 4 or 5 years old, I was, in fact, abducted by what I perceived to be alien beings. Who these aliens were, I've no idea. As to the race, I'm not gonna jump on bandwagon and go, ooh, it's the Greys, or it's the reptilians, it's insectoids. I honestly don't know. I really don't know. This is my story. I'm telling it. And you can think what you want, because this is me. As you can see, I'm in a room with a crappy fucking wall, and I'm not showing off here. I'm not changing my voice. I'm not doing any spectacular images around. This is me. Anyway, I say 4 or 5 because obviously as the years go on, I kind of lose track of things, and that probably could be one aspect, the abduction could be one reason why my memory at times and perception of time is so shot. It really is. Anyway, here it is. No frills, no spangles, no sparkles, just what it is. It started off, I was in bed as a small child, obviously. It's quite late at night. I don't know the actual time because we came from a poor family, and at that age, what kid has a watch? And it's way before people had mobile phones at all. It's way before people had mobile phones. And yeah, so I'm in bed, and essentially, for some strange reason, I've no idea why, perhaps for ease of parental observation on a night when I was asleep, my dad could have come upstairs and checked on me without actually having to come into the room, open the door, and actually wake me up. I don't know. But my bedroom door was essentially what would have been a full-size door was actually cut halfway. Um, it was a solid door, which is quite unusual in most places nowadays because we've got that dodgy chuffing kind of honeycomb type crap inside of it. But this was a solid wood door, and it may seem strange that I'm going into such detail here, but I feel it might be important to whoever's watching. I don't know if anyone's going to watch. I don't know if anyone's going to comment, anything like that. And if you do, please just remember, this is me speaking from the heart. Anyway, the door was chopped off halfway, so if I wanted to, I could push the door up, have a look out, push the bed up to the door even. But it's not something that I'd do. It's not something that, as a child, that would interest me. It just wouldn't. But anyway, on this particular occasion, I woke up. It was night time, and given that it's so quiet, you can obviously hear what's going on around you. And with the half door, you can actually hear into the hallway, down the stairs, etc., etc., etc. And the basic setup is this. Right, I'll move like that so I can actually see properly myself. Right. Essentially, downstairs, you'd come up the stairs here, onto a little landing, up a little step there, onto that landing, and if you... Oh, no, wrong way around, sorry. The coloration was a bit skewiff there, but yeah. There's the landing downstairs, directly beneath, and you come up... No? Right. Once again, I've gone for the same place and made the same mistake again. I do apologise, that's my fault. But yeah, there we go. Right, there's the main stairwell. Up the stairs, you go up the steps, there's a little window there. You come up to there. As you can see, it's red. That shows that that's the little fireplace that we had. It's just a small, attached to the wall, gas fire type jobby. I used to burn crayons on it as a small child because, I don't know, I found it fun melting multicoloured crayons on it. But yeah, you come up there onto the main landing thing, main hallway on the top floor. Let's see what we got here. Right, yeah. That doorway there, it's not actually a doorway per se. There was a little, not pantry, it's more like a cupboard type thing where you'd put things like blankets and whatnots in. I've not bothered filling in the other rooms, but I've done the windows on them so you can see where the windows were. We were a semi-detached property, and yeah, essentially, main stairwell, window at the top of that stairwell, come up onto the landing with the little fireplace there, up there, you've got the little cubby hole there, and that was my bedroom with the half door in place. Obviously my bed was right there. As you can see right here, that little brown line there, that was actually a bare rug. By bare rug, I mean it was, you know those wool rug things that are essentially bits of wool that have been looped round and hooked and pulled. Yeah, it was essentially one of those, but it had a pattern of a bear. And this bear rug, I'd actually put up, well, I don't know if I did, but someone had put it up on the wall, and it made a wonderful wall hanging. I don't know if it was quite a popular one at the time or if it was personally made, but I do remember it, and I've never seen one since, and I don't recollect anyone else having one at the time. but I don't know if that matters or not, but I'm including that detail anyway, just for a bit of factual type data, if you will. Anyway, one night I woke up, and if anyone went up those steps, I would hear them. That's the main stairwell. There's a little railing there, and yeah, they come up, and I heard something. I heard a noise, and it definitely started there. Not up the stairwell. There was nothing coming up those stairs at all. I would have heard it, most definitely. Whatever it was started there. I heard kind of like a chanting. I don't know what they were chanting. Whatever it wasn't English. Not a clue, not a foggiest what they were actually chanting, but it sounded like a whispering chanting type thing. It seemed quite rhythmic in nature, whatever it was. And from here, there was a light round about here, roughly, landing light we called it. So obviously, anything, the reflection of anything coming up this way would be seen via a shadow. And for some reason, I had the urge to push the bed right up to the door. I did. I pushed the bed up to the door, climbed up onto the bed so I can see over the door, even though it's only half. I, obviously, being 5 or 6, couldn't see over it, so you're gonna utilise the bed. And it was on casters and quite light, so easily to move. Moved it up to the door, looked over, and I saw these shadows coming round. Now from this point, I don't know what to say really, other than at this point, I don't know if it's alien intervention, memory implantation, or if it's my own childhood imagination kicking in. If you watch something like Taken, not Liam Neeson, I mean the Steven Spielberg of Taken, there's a child who ends up seeing a squirrel that it turns out was actually an alien, but it was something that was prevalent in his mind. The aliens had implanted that vision into his mind to kind of help the abduction go along more smoothly. In my case, however, these chanting people, that they seemed to be wearing robes when they turned up when they actually came into my line of sight. It was weird. They came into my line of sight, and they were all wearing robes of some sort, came up towards the doorway, revealed themselves, and to me, as I said, I don't know whether it's an alien implantation of a memory or if it's my own childhood perception twisting it to make it seem more acceptable. But when they revealed themselves, what I personally saw was Skeletor and his cronies. That's how I describe it. Cronies, sidekicks, people who work for Skeletor. That's what I saw. Next thing I know, it's morning. What can I say? Something clearly happened. I don't know what. I've not gone to any regression therapists because far too many of them do leading questions. For example, if I were to put someone under and question them and find out what happened, I would use the leading question of honing down the dates, but I would usually go, and then what happened? Not, did they look like? To me, that's a leading question. Did they look like? And too many are doing that. So I've not found one that, to me, is capable and competent enough. I would love to undergo hypnoregression. I would love to, and find out what actually happened truly, properly on that day. Well, on that night. I don't know what happened though. To me, in my mind, even now, Skeletor and his cronies came to take me away. Why? I don't know. I know since then I've had an affinity for the paranormal, aliens, anything strange and unusual, ghosts. I, to a certain extent, have a level of psychicness, but I don't know what happened on that day properly, fully, genuinely. I know what I perceived, but I don't know what happened. And before you, if you happen to decide to comment on this, comment with, ah, you're bullshitting, or just trolling me. Think about it first. I've taken the time, I've taken the effort to recount a childhood experience that traumatized me in such a way that I am who I am today. I don't know who I am today. I'm lost. I'm confused. I'm trying to find myself. I'm trying to find out what happened. Don't know if I ever will find out what happened, but I'm giving it a go. We'll see. I'm gonna try various investigation methods. I'm gonna try various research methods, etc, etc, etc. But at the end of the day, before you start trolling, remember that this is my honest experience. I've not gone out there and gone, I was abducted by Grays! I was abducted by reptilians! No. Mine's different. I didn't see a blinding flash of light. I didn't see rainbow colours in the sky. I didn't see squat. All I saw was shadows of robed figures, and then Skeletor and his cronies. I don't know what that means, but something happened. If you have an idea what happened, let me know. I know that it happened in Leeds, West Yorkshire, United Kingdom. I know it happened in East Leeds. In fact, fuck it, why not? I know the area has changed dramatically since I moved, so the address may no longer exist. In fact, I think it doesn't. It was 28 Ullswater Crescent, Hulton Moor, Leeds, West Yorkshire. I think LS14, can't be 100% certain because numbers are useless with bloody numbers. But anyway, that is my experience. And as you can see by this video, I'm not even going to bother editing the start bit or the end bit. You're going to see me, you saw me move away from the camera at the start. You're going to see me move towards the camera at the end to end this video. But yeah, this is my story. It's honest. It's truthful. It is what it is. I can't really say it any more than that. If you have decided to watch this, I'm not expecting it to go viral, but if you have watched it, thank you for watching. I don't know if you're going to comment. If you do, and the comment makes sense, I'll actually reply to you. Because it's my YouTube account, it's me, all me. Thank you for watching. Wherever you are. Oh, actually, before I close off the video, I will say that since then, obviously I've delved into the paranormal and supernatural, etc, etc. And by all accounts, not trying to jump on a bandwagon here, but following the whole wanderers, walk-ins, starseed type materials, it does seem to strike a chord with me. I've never felt like I fit in. I never feel... Everything just feels weird, different, strange. It's like, I don't know, I'm from elsewhere. Like back in the, I think it was the late 80s, early 90s, there was a whole VR headset type thing that started to come out. Yes, rather apt. Right now, there's the whole PlayStation VR thing coming out. There's the Oculus Rift. There's countless others. There's companies setting up that are really making great strides. But back then, it was brand new. It was way before even mini discs. And I remember hearing about it. I remember trying some out, the early stage ones, and back in the late 80s, early 90s, I remember thinking, is this it? I know I've tried better. I know I've experienced better virtual reality products, and yet they weren't available at the time. Certain technological devices that have came out have seemed underwhelming to me. Completely underwhelming, because they just don't seem that good. They don't seem that fantastic. It's like, what? You're releasing a product that I know for a fact there's better out there, but we're only having access to the second-rate crap that's barely been tested and tried, barely been developed. That also makes me think that I'm from elsewhere. I'll probably do more videos based on the language I speak. Not... Sorry about that, yeah. SD card got full, so I've deleted some stuff, so I've started again from scratch. I've started again, leaving off where I left off. Yeah, you know I'm speaking English, and the language I speak, it's something completely different. It's something potentially alien. I'll go into that potentially in future videos. But if it's the same language that I apparently speak when I'm sleeping, it's been described as a cross between ancient Egyptian, ancient Hebrew, and something completely different, potentially alien. Unfortunately, no one's ever recorded it, which annoys the hell out of me because I'd love to know. I'd love to actually hear what I speak when I'm asleep. But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna clip these two videos together, which is gonna run straight through for you, but there's gonna be like a type bit in it. You know what that is. I do apologise for that. I am sorry. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, safe travels. Keep watching the skies. Thank you again.